I've hunted around the globe for many creatures with my bow in hand, and yet the pronghorn antelope still remains my nemesis. Neither New Zealand tahr, Arizona coos deer, nor Colorado elk even come close to the challenge that bow hunting mature public land pronghorn present to me. Come along with us as we embark on the most challenging bow hunting adventure I've ever experienced. Welcome to Wyoming, what many deem as the best antelope hunting state in the United States, and that's exactly what we're here for. I drew a pretty good tag, at least it should be a pretty good tag. Took a decent amount of points to draw. My good friend Brandon is behind the camera. This is our first hunt together, so it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a blast out here. I got a lot of time off work to spend looking over bucks, hopefully trying to find a big one. I'm gonna be a little bit picky on this hunt. I've never shot a big antelope, so hopefully this trip that'll change. But beautiful country, weather's awesome. I'm really looking forward to this. It's gonna be fun.
That little spiky type buck and a doe, it looks like.
Bedded right there. About 10 minutes into the hunt, into the unit.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
He was in this cut right here.
Dude. We should probably put camo on and get ready.
Yeah, no kidding. Because what if this was like a decent one?
Literally not even 10 minutes. 4 minutes into the hunt, and we've got antelope not that far out of bow range. Small ones, but still, that's exciting. We got our packs on. We're gonna go to the top of this hill, but just a second ago, Brandon saw a really nice buck, like just a couple hundred yards away. So we're gonna go that way first, see if we can see him. I think he saw the truck and spooked, but man, there's so many antelope in here right now. It's crazy. We're just covered up in them already. Brandon just spotted 8 cow elk and 3 bulls bedded over there. We're out in obviously antelope country, but it's cool to see elk out here too. We've got 6 more antelope over here. Just a little guy.
Sheath. Really curly.
Not bad. Maybe
Take it.
He's probably a shooter this year by now.
Yeah.
Pronghorn antelope are pretty cool in that they actually don't have horns or antlers technically because they shed them, just like the one Brandon found. But they're also hollow like a horn is, so they're like a hybrid between a horn and an antler. Pretty cool. Second one of the trip, a little smaller than yours. We're just here like 4 hours on this first evening, and I counted 26 goats at least. One really nice one there toward the end. Really pumped for tomorrow. So far this morning, right away, we've seen, I think there were 3 antelope, and there's a bunch of bull elk over here, probably the ones we saw yesterday. And right to the left of that, it looks like a pretty nice antelope buck. There's a couple heavy bulls in there. Oh, there's 2 coyotes underneath of them. There's coyotes right by the elk.
Oh, I see that group before we were just talking about.
Yeah, I think it's all does and fawns.
Okay, I'm good now.
Brandon just spotted a buck up here. We're seeing quite a few antelope this morning. He's not a giant, but he's nice.
I didn't even know he was there. I just pulled up my binos and then I could see his butt sticking there like that.
He's got a decent mass. Good curls.
Yeah, he definitely curls pretty good. I want to see his profile.
I know. Cutters aren't super long.
No, he doesn't have the best cutters, but he's got decent everything else.
Well, I've never been one to pass a nice antelope. Any other place I've ever hunted, I would have definitely gone after that buck, but first morning in a really good unit here in Wyoming, I think we're gonna keep going, keep looking. He's a really nice buck, probably Pope and Young, but not a giant. We're literally covered up in antelope right now. 8 bucks over here. The other buck we just saw. I see another one over here I'm gonna look at in the spotter. They're everywhere. It's awesome. I'm not used to passing bucks. Like that non-typical looking one right here. I definitely would have shot a lot of other places I've hunted. But on the first morning, pretty cool to see.
Where's he at, like from the big dirt?
To the right and a little bit lower. I don't think it's the same one. He doesn't curl quite as much. but he looks taller. Man, he's nice, dude. I think he's a different one. Brandon and I keep talking back and forth. Like, we both have a decent amount of antelope hunting experience. This is actually my 12th year hunting them. But I've never shot a really big one. I've looked over a lot of big ones in the past. It's just hard to like not go after some of these that are clearly really nice goats. But this area has a ton of potential. We just drove like 400 yards and now there's another pretty nice buck up here with some does right on the property line. We're gonna go after these other ones over here that we saw. Nice buck in there, but he hasn't reappeared behind the hill, so we just gotta go get a closer look. We're gonna take the decoy just in case we need that. We'll see what he looks like. He looked pretty nice from back there. The buck we saw was just over top of this hill with a couple different does. That fence line right behind me is the property line, so we're gonna have to be just aware of it. Hopefully they're on our side. He's a good buck, but I don't know if he's a shooter. Decided to pass that buck. He was right here at like maybe 50 yards broadside. Probably could have shot him for sure, but just a little bit young, not quite what we're looking for. Again, it's so weird to pass antelope like that. I never would do that anywhere else I've ever hunted them, but again, we're in a really good trophy unit, so we're gonna just keep on putting the miles on the truck, the miles on the boots, and search for a big one. Pretty wide.
See if you can look at it with the camera, maybe.
He's a pretty nice buck.
He's taller for sure. From what I can tell by photos, which isn't a lot. There's a whole bunch of fawns there, though. Really? I guess if we get up here, we'll try to see if we can.
He's pretty.
Find him. Yeah.
He has that cool character with him wide like that.
Yeah, he might be worth going after.
They're gonna run.
Yeah, they do not like us.
It's pretty neat. Quite a few elk back here. As of right now, that white buck we just saw is probably the biggest one we've seen. We're thinking at least the most unique. So we're definitely gonna try to get a better look up here on this hill and do a bunch of glass, and you can see a ton of country from up here. What do you have today?
It's chicken Alfredo.
Oh, baby.
Yep.
There's at least 19 of them down there. One solid buck. I don't see that white buck, but he could be down there. We've determined that all these antelope over here are bucks. There's like 20 bucks in one group. It's crazy. And they're all working right towards this water. And then the other group we saw is over here, so there's got to be at least 30. Well, there's another group over there. At least like 30, 40 antelope right in this area. That's exciting. There's so many bucks. Spotted what looks to be the bigger, wider buck bedded on a hillside half a mile or so away. There's like at least 30 or 35 antelope in our view right now, and a lot of these bucks, all these bucks down here are hitting the water. This is definitely a hot spot we found back here.
Probably gonna come up top of it. There he goes. Dude, it was like a 40-incher. He was literally like at 30 yards.
We can see a ton up here. It's awesome. Look at this view. Got 2 bucks out in front of us that look pretty nice way out there. I think we might be adding a couple more to the list of borderline, but not quite there.
Of course.
They're both pretty nice. The right one's a little bigger, but gosh, he's another. What did you say? He was in the open and then what?
I got a pretty good glimpse of his horns, and like you could tell they looked bigger.
Okay. Like maybe a shooter.
Yeah.
We've got 10 more bucks over here. It looks like 2 of them might be pretty nice, like potential shooters. There's just unbelievable amount of bucks. 100? Is that 100? Is that I think that's 100 for the day.
Is that what you just counted?
I think we had 90 before, and there's 10 more.
Yeah. So when I saw him, he was crossing this opening.
Yeah.
I think that's him, but there's the other 2 to the left.
Yeah,
Dude, I think that's the one I saw. Because you could see.
He looks nice.
Yeah, you could see his horns were definitely different than the other ones we could see.
He looks nice. He's another one of those. I don't know if he's any bigger or not.
He's right there.
Let me check my goggles. Make sure he didn't come out. Oh. Okay. Over there.
Yeah, the shaded like
Yeah.
mountain with a little point on it, right on the right side of that. Can you zoom in anymore? Is that it?
Dude. He's tall.
Yeah.
He's in a really good spot.
He's got a big body on him.
He does have a big body, and he's by himself, which a lot of mature bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Man, he's a good goat, dude.
He's a toad.
He's tall. He's a toad. How would we approach him?
Just go straight at him, like he's behind the rock wall.
If we get behind that rock wall, yeah. Honestly, we could get over there in a second.
I know.
Dude, I think we might have to go if he goes behind.
He's definitely better than these, I think. Don't you think?
I think from what I've seen just now, he looks bigger and probably older. His body looks nice, like I said. He's got to be one of the tallest bucks we've seen.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I know we've said this a lot, but I think he's probably the biggest one we've seen.
This one actually is warranted though.
The other one, the biggest we've seen here. So it just keeps climbing.
Yeah.
So hard to tell when I pause.
He's a toad.
Are you sure?
Look at him.
His body.
Remember what we were saying about that like initial wow factor? Like, we don't know if he's very big.
Yeah. Example right here.
He's got it. We got to go after that one.
Yeah, I'd say let's go. This is probably the biggest goat we've seen by a long shot. We're putting a stock on him. Rainstorm's coming in. We've got like an hour and a half of daylight. Let's go get him. Brandon saw him go right over top of this rise. Probably 10 minutes or so ago, so we're gonna slip over. He's still over there. Okay. There's a goat. I don't know if it's him or not. It kind of looks like a different one. I can't tell. There's a buck over there. Oh, there's
focuses on them. They're all coming to us. I'm getting a ton of killer footage.
That's awesome. Are you getting that?
Yeah.
Are you getting him?
Yeah.
Man, he's nice. He's still over there. He's pretty nice. That's the one we came over here for. He kind of got mixed in with these other ones and we got confused. But I'm pretty sure that's the one that we saw from the top of the hill. Got to 92 yards of him. It was pretty fun. They would have had to been really close for that shot because they would have heard the bow and duck like crazy. Being alert like that.
Had a good stock at least.
I see that.
There's like 45 elk in there.
Yeah.
There's a couple of small bulls. 1, 2, 3.
He's a good buck, but he's about the same size.
The second one?
Yeah. Same size.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Going on spot still. So many calves.
Yeah. It's good to see.
Yeah. It's still pretty early. We've already seen like, I don't know, 40 or 50 antelope maybe. Not a ton. That sounds like a lot though. 50 but not a ton. And at least 40 elk from up here on top of the hill. No big bucks so far, but just spectacular views up here. This spot that we're glassing from is right up here on a high point. We can see 360 degrees all the way around us. Just so much wildlife. Just amazing to see the sun come up, see God's creation out here. Elk, antelope, all sorts of wildlife all over the place. It's pretty awesome. It's super fun to be able to hopefully harvest an animal and, you know, hunt an animal and stuff like that. But just being out here and seeing the views and being out in nature, out here by ourselves in the middle of nowhere, it's pretty awesome. We keep hearing faint bugles over here, so we know there's a lot more elk, but Brandon just counted 70 in this one group. Awesome to see them out here doing their thing, running around. They probably traveled like at least 3 miles this morning to bed, kind of getting distracted from antelope by these elk. Oops. Well, Bo's been kind of bouncing around in the truck for the last couple days, been hiking around, so gotta shoot a couple arrows, make sure I'm on.
Run, Forrest.
Good practice, like I just ran up on an antelope.
There's another smaller one on the left side, but I think the one over the hill was about the same as him. toe.
There's water down there. They're getting water.
Oh, sick.
Dude, this is gonna be so worth it. We drove down the road a little bit and spotted a bunch of bulls that met up with the cows we saw earlier. Popped over here. They're right up here. I know we're not elk hunting, but this is so exciting. There's at least one big bull in here.
Holy crap, dude.
That's awesome. Imagine if we were hunting right now. Dude, that is insane. Yeah. I've never seen that.
That was easily one of the coolest things I've ever seen in the wild. Brandon counted over 215 elk in that group. The one really nice 6x7, just unbelievable, just so close to him, 120 to probably 250 yards. Just unbelievable. It's so cool to see those elk out here. We weren't really expecting to see any elk, but God blessed us with an unbelievable opportunity right there. We didn't even spook them or anything and got all that cool footage. Just awesome to see his creation out here. All the different animals, just plentiful everywhere. Beautiful weather. We're just truly blessed. Let's get after it.
Drove down the road like half a mile and we've got more antelope to look at that we haven't seen before. That one looks like it could be a buck. I think he's probably one of the nicest ones we've seen. There was a buck and two does right here. They ran like a really long ways, but they stopped now, joined up with a couple others. You have to let me know what you think, but He looks pretty good in this video. I feel like he's taller and has a little more mass than some of the other bucks we've seen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he looks at least worth checking out. It's hard to tell if he's what we want or not, but
Yeah, he's worth checking out for sure.
see, look at that. He looks longer than his nose. For sure.
All right.
I mean, he looks nice to me. I want to go look at him.
Yeah.
Like right
I
there,
agree.
he just looks.
Yeah, he's pretty solid.
I think he looks solid. It's so hard to tell. We're like,
Yeah, I think we could get to him too.
however far away we are, along like 3/4 of a mile or more.
Oh, it's further than that.
Mile.
Yeah.
Okay, they're coming back on this side. That's perfect.
Good.
So you think you have a pin where at?
Yeah, I'll show you. So I was judging based off of that point,
Okay.
and then these little knobs in front of us. The elk are right behind there.
Yeah.
So, and then I was seeing where the elevation starts to rise. So I think it's about right there is where they are.
Okay, let's go.
Is there? So there's another like cut they're going into.
They're about to, I think. As long as they don't move too much to the other side.
Yeah.
Because they're like still jogging over there.
Yeah.
But at least we can see and we can hunt all this. So it's hard to know if they stopped or kept going. But if they kept going, they're probably another 1/4 to half mile further. Probably 1/4 mile further than where we last saw them, you know.
Yeah, you're good.
They were like right here. So they might be over this hill now.
Because then it curves around to the left up there.
All right, this is good.
It goes up on the top of the ridge and then dies.
Gotcha. This is a good spot.
Yeah.
Let's go get him.
We drove around. We think we got in front of these antelope. They should be just over the crest of this rise somewhere.
Hey, there they are. There they are. Get down. Get down. On top of the ridge. To the left. They just ran over. What? Right there. Right there. Oh, it's elk.
The antelope. Dude, right there, right there, right there. Dude, I think he's a shooter. I think that's a shooter, dude. That's a big go. What?
They're going over the hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can keep on chasing them. We've got a lot of land to work with.
Dang, we estimated that like almost spot on.
I thought I could see the whole hillside, but I couldn't. Man.
It's all right. We should have probably just been a little more patient.
Yeah.
Rushed over there or something.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I just spotted them. They're way over here, going the other way. They're just walking now.
Okay. So we'll have to drive back down probably.
I think we'll have to drive back down. Let's watch them for a bit.
Okay.
Man, from what I could tell of that buck, I'd be pumped with him. Like I think he's big.
Yeah.
And he sure seems smart. Let's see if we can get the spotter on him.
Sounds good.
These goats are probably close to a mile away now, and they're walking the draw up, but we're getting a little bit closer to the edge of this public ground, but still kind of going in the right direction to stay on it. Our plan's just gonna be to watch them for a while. They've been spooked basically twice now, once from the truck and then once from us just now walking up there, so I definitely should have taken it slower and really looked more thoroughly, but it's just the way it goes. They're probably 100 yards or so, 120 yards. I think they were that close. Yeah. But we're just gonna keep after him. I would say this is a definite shooter. Can you see any of them?
No, they all went behind the hill.
Okay. Well, we know where they're at. We've got it
Okay.
marked on the map.
And unless they all of a sudden take off,
Yeah.
we know they're not moving, so
Yeah.
I think it's time to make a move of some kind.
They're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah. Yeah, at least we know right where they are.
We were about to go on this stalk for these bedded antelope,
And right before we were gonna leave, they looked up and were looking that direction. I noticed a vehicle down here on the road. Pretty sure they saw that vehicle. And when I looked back, they were gone. So I don't know where they went, but I'm assuming away from the vehicle. And we don't see them anywhere out on this flat. So hopefully they just tipped right over that edge, or they're in that like draw on the backside. So we're actually gonna try to get down here as fast as we can so they don't see the truck or us walking toward them, and we'll just get to kind of where they last were, and hopefully we can see them. Hopefully they're not too far.
Last we saw the goats, they were not too far over this rise. We kind of looped around in front of where we think they are, so we'll just slip over and try to see them. He's right down in the bottom. He's bedded right down in the bottom. He didn't see us. I don't know if we have a play where he's at, especially with those does.
We could go to the left to the safe like you said.
Yeah, the does are on that side. At least one of them is. They're all kind of looking the same direction like they were before. We looped a little bit up to the south of him. We've seen the does now, and we can barely see him through the grass. We're probably 250 yards away, maybe a little closer than that.
Buck and doe got up and worked this way, so we're gonna pop up over. We made a little loop, see if we can see him down there.
Buck. Where? Right over there. We should have probably stayed where we were.
Really?
He's way over there.
Besides just waiting up here longer, I don't know what we would have done different, honestly. I mean, we didn't know where he was. A couple more hours, 3 more hours. We can go back to the truck and game plan then.
We were driving up the road, bumped a buck and 2 does. The 2 does went that way. The buck kind of went that way, but I think he wants to come back toward his does. We're just gonna slip up to this rise and see if he comes back past. Third one of the trip, huh? That's pretty cool. That's not a bad one. He's at least got a hook.
Yeah, dude, look at that. That's actually not bad. We'll bust it up. That's number 4.
Oh yeah, dude. He's on. He's honestly not that bad. No, he's basically just straight up.
He's just wood.
Yeah.
He's still nice though. Look at his black forward nose.
Yeah. He's pretty tall.
Dude, he has a double dark patch.
They all do.
Double fist. He still does. We just got the tent packed up not too long ago. We were driving up the road to find some antelope. Instantly found some. There's a nice buck chasing some does or maybe a younger buck out of here. So they're just over the top of this hill. That's pretty cool with the sunrise.
Yeah, it is.
Well, this was awesome seeing all these antelope on this horizon with the sun coming up. It's amazing. We determined this buck's just a little bit young. We've seen quite a few that are bigger than him, so we're gonna let him go and just keep on looking. We've got a lot of time yet in the hunt.
It's pretty nice.
Nice view with the mountains in the background.
We've been
doing a lot of cruising on the other side of this unit. This morning we've seen a ton of goats, like probably over 100 on the public that we can hunt. A lot of nice ones, kind of the same size we've been looking for, but this country is so crazy flat, really dry, just almost no cover for spot and stock. It would be much more of a waterhole sit. We found at least one, maybe two water holes that would be good if we end up wanting to do that. We have a lot of time, so I think we're just gonna keep on cruising, try to find something that's in a lot better stocking opportunity and that we can actually get up on without spooking. They're so spooky back here. They see the truck from a mile away and start running, but just how it is on public land sometimes. Anything good?
I can't really tell because we're shaking so bad, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't see anything big.
My binos are like...
No, it's about impossible to do while I'm driving. If I stop, they'll spook though. Tailgate closed?
I hope so.
So too, where these be gone.
Good thing this is a good road. Imagine if it was like a little 2-track.
Fawns in 2021, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be 4-year-old bucks, which is
What we're missing.
what we're looking for, not seeing.
Mm-hmm. And then especially like the 5s.
Yeah,
That would be like the 80
the
plusers.
the yearlings at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So you're good.
Does that look all right?
Yep.
So Brandon and I have been talking a lot about all the different bucks we're seeing, and I've been passing a lot of really nice ones, looking for something next level, but thinking about it further, we had a really bad winter of 2021. It was March 2021. I actually worked here in Wyoming during that time. We got like 34 inches of snow in basically one night. Killed a ton of animals and ton of antelope, not necessarily as much in this unit that we're in, but it was still probably at least 30, maybe 40% die off. And if we do the math, that was 4 years ago, so all the fawns that would have been born that year, there's basically no fawns almost anywhere in the state of Wyoming for antelope that year, and those would be 4-year-olds now, so any buck fawns that year basically don't exist. And the 4-year-olds is kind of what we're looking for, like those upper age class, nicer, mature bucks that we're just not seeing here at all. And the same is true for 5-year-olds. If they're a yearling back in 2021, probably a little bit weaker, might not have made it through that winter, and then they can't be, grow up to be 5-year-olds here in 2025, which would be like probably a really big mature buck antelope. So we're kind of missing those two age classes of 4 and 5-year-old bucks, which is what we're really looking to shoot. So I think we just need to set expectations a little bit more realistically to what we've been seeing. We've seen a ton of nice bucks that are probably around 3 years old, and I think the odds of finding one even older than that with the winters we had both in 2021 and then also another bad one in 2022, it's going to be really, really, really slim pickings. But we're going to keep looking. But I think that's just the conclusion we've come to after the last 3.5 or 4 days of cruising a ton of this unit and just looking over probably 300 or 400, 500 antelope and not seeing anything that we think is at least 4 or 5 years old. Just pretty interesting, but that's just how nature is sometimes.
He's about 60 yards across the border in a unit we can't hunt. Hopefully he crosses the road. We just spotted a bunch of goats. Brandon spotted a nice one. Might be a shooter.
Yeah, dude, he's pretty solid.
It's really hard to tell from the heat waves, but he looks like maybe one of the biggest ones we've seen, if not the biggest.
Oh, dude, he's pretty tall.
He looked like he could be maybe one of the biggest,
Yeah.
if not the biggest we've seen.
Yeah, I agree.
Heat waves might be just distorting it a little bit, but
He's at least up there for sure.
I would say he's a shooter,
in that
regardless
camp,
of
yeah.
how big he is.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So where's he at?
This draw that has no sage in it,
Yeah.
is right at the top of that where there's kind of that like rocky little hill. That's right where he's at.
I think we drive down the road. The road cuts a left behind this hill, and then we can just park there and come up from up above him somewhere.
The buck spooked just a little bit from us driving by, but it was really our only option. We've got the decoy that we're gonna use since there were a couple other bucks right next to this one. Hopefully we can just kind of slide around the hill and use the decoy. We can see the buck now. We think he's bedded on a different hillside than he was before. Now I looked left, just left chill out. He's walking left slowly, but he's just kind of curious. Oh, there's one left of us. Shoot. They're looking. They're acting spin. Right. No, he just ran.
He was running pretty hard, yeah.
He absolutely took off. Yeah.
After that blown stock just now, we hung out by the truck, ate some food, and there were actually a bunch of goats, probably a lot of the ones we saw, go down into this river bottom that's on private we can't get to, but there's a lot of goats in here. We saw another big one, probably one of the biggest ones we've seen. So we're gonna go check out a couple water holes that we think these goats might be hitting. I know there's the river right there, but some of these water holes are at least a mile, maybe a mile and a half from the river, and we still think they might be good. Sitting water is probably gonna be better odds getting in bow range of one of these antelope, especially one of these big mature bucks. They're pretty smart and they don't bed in bad spots. Dude, the right one's big.
Yeah, I know.
The right one's big. Like, legitimately big.
You think he's bigger than the one we stopped?
I don't know. If he's not the same one, he almost looks bigger.
Yeah.
Is he gonna let me get out? He looks like he's just hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
This is awful green for there not to be any water. I know, almost to where the green draw goes behind the hill and you can't see it anymore. He's like right there.
Yeah, this is the hill.
Yeah, that's that little bump. Yeah, you see, that's the light colored grass.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
This is the biggest buck that we've seen on this trip. This is what we've been looking for. He's actually on private right now, but he's going right toward this public land piece. We're pretty sure he's gonna cross. It is absolutely dead still. We do not want to spook him, but we've got to try. I feel like that has to be them up on this opposite hillside, but I don't know.
Oh, really?
I can't tell size. It's just two bucks over there.
The right one just stood up again.
Oh, is he looking at us? Or?
No, he's just grazing, feeding.
At least we didn't spook him.
Yeah. We're still in the game.
Oh, yeah.
We just gotta be patient. Next couple days.
I think I just spotted the big buck. He's actually closer than he was yesterday. Both of these bucks have bedded down, but they're still on private. We're just trying to game plan and make an idea of what we want to do today. We think they need to get water at some point, but I think there might be water on public. We'll have to see. Another one of these bucks that we've been watching this morning, we finally got a good look at him, and he's actually really nice, like almost as big as this big one. He's been in a pretty good spot on public right now. These antelope spend so much time down in the green bottom. We're gonna go down there and check it out. Hopefully there's water. If not, we think it's gonna be a really good spot to set up, hide ourselves in the sage, and wait for them to come past. Pretty fresh.
Yeah, dude, this is the best one yet we've seen.
Yeah, I would agree. We found 3 spots that have water in this whole drainage that's about a mile long, and 2 of them are pretty close to where the big bucks are. But the wind is just not good right now. This sage is not as tall as we thought it would be, so we're not going to be able to sit here today. We're bailing out. We're playing it safe. We might come back here tomorrow in the blind, but the rest of the day we'll be able to just do more recon, just learn more about the area, make a really solid game plan to hopefully get on one of these big bucks. They're all coming down the ditch. Oh. There's a buck running this way.
Dude, he's coming right to us. He's coming right to us.
maybe draw. I mean, he probably would have spooked on a trail.
Yeah. So close.
Man, I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either.
We watched those bucks go over top of the hill to one of the water spots that we just found. And they're like way down there, so we're hustling back to the truck. We're gonna drive it up here a little bit, grab the blind chairs, head down to the bottom where we just were, and put the blind up, brush it in, because we're pretty sure they're gonna come back up that draw to feed this evening like they did last night. I hope this works.
The wind is perfect. Yeah, it's blowing right in. Yeah, they're running in toward us, dude. Nice.
Look at this, they're running toward us. That's crazy. Oh yeah. That is awesome.
That was awesome.
That was incredible. Dude, that worked absolutely perfect.
Yeah, the wind was perfect.
If a buck does that,
Smoke City.
dude, oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been here like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I see a buck right out this front window. He looks really nice, and he kind of looks like he might come this way.
Yeah, dude, we're in a good spot here. Travel corridor. Uh-oh. I don't know.
The wind is blowing directly toward them. Not ideal. It's been switching literally from every direction all day, but hopefully any other big bucks come from one of these other two directions.
There's antelope way up on the hill.
Okay. It's been about 4 hours now. That big goat is right behind us again up on the hilltop. I have to be nice and careful. At least the sun's down now.
It feels like the wind is kind of maybe coming off more of the, like, straight east. Because if it's going straight east, that'll be fine.
I think it's about the same. It's about the same, yeah.
He's just really taking his time eating. Oh, he's walking away from us now, kind of. Dang. This is some really good footage.
That's awesome. This backdrop is cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's staring off to the right now. He's pawing the ground,
Yeah.
scraping.
Yep, he is. It's grape season.
Dude, he's going right back to his spot. He's going right in front of the barn.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's our big guy that we're after. 300 yards. He just didn't want to come into the water tonight. We'll be back here in the morning after him, though.
We're Went to start the truck this morning to head into the blind. Didn't turn over. Truck's dead. Accidentally left some batteries charging overnight. Meant to unplug them. Totally forgot. Hopefully this jumper works so we can get back to hunt today. Otherwise we're in trouble. We're in the middle of nowhere. Not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close. Oh boy. It's super dead. Listen to her purr. Battery pack came through. Had to try a couple times. What a huge relief. We're on the road. Not having to wait for somebody to come jump us for hours. Do you wanna remind me to shut these batteries off?
Yes, definitely.
Let's not do that again.
Definitely.
The fact we only wasted like half an hour on that is kind of a miracle, because that could have been really bad.
I know.
Whew. We're in the middle of nowhere right now. All right, let's go hunt. There's so many antelope in here, it's basically impossible to get into the blind or get about anywhere without spooking them. There's a buck right here. There's a doe over here. There's a doe and a fawn to the right. It's a good problem to have, but there's a lot of eyes to see us, especially in this open country. We made it in. Pretty sure we didn't spook anything that was close to the blind. The buck that was just right up here on the top of the hill disappeared. We're pretty sure we didn't spook him. We're about 45 minutes late, but hey, for a dead truck battery, that's not bad. I'll take that.
I'll do.
Yeah, beautiful morning. We're looking forward to seeing what we see. Like he was just running this hillside. It's probably only 150 yards, super close, nice buck.
I just don't think they like the blind very well.
They're just not used to it. Oh, yeah, I know it'd have to be there for weeks for them to get used to it.
you'll see him.
Is he nice?
He's pretty nice, yeah.
We are covered up in bucks right now, scouting a new spot. Antelope literally everywhere. At the water hole over here. Look at him.
Nice
Look at him.
There's 2 pretty good ones out there.
A couple nice ones.
Yeah. Whew. The one is definitely,
Shooter?
yeah.
We sat that other spot for a day, and although we had multiple antelope coming in, there's big bucks in the area, we just didn't feel like it was the best odds for getting the big shooter bucks into bow range, because there were, I think, 4 or 5. There are 5 different water spots in that section of ground, along with a river nearby. There's just way too much water, way too many options for them, and the chances of some of those bucks coming into our water spot and coming into range was super low. So we jumped back over to a different part of this unit that we scouted a couple days ago. We're gonna come down here and see if we can find a water hole to sit tomorrow. Just got up here to the edge where we can see down into this bottom, and there's literally a buck at the water hole that we're hoping to sit tomorrow. And a ton of other ones bedded down there. This is awesome. There's seriously like probably at least 20 nice bucks down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an exaggeration.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 30. Like a ton of them.
See how there's kind of a steep cut
Yeah.
on this waterway?
Yeah.
There's another one of those over there.
I think there is.
We could maybe take that down to try to stay at least a little below hidden,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I think it would help some.
I think there is.
And hopefully, like, there will be enough light from the stars that we can just not even use our lights to get there.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
just use the map.
I think that's what we're gonna have to do. We'll be stealth mode.
Yeah,
So getting super early.
yeah, get in super early. Try to not use lights until we get to the pond.
Yeah. Good game plan.
I like it, dude. I like it.
Perfect. This is an awesome spot. It's like a classic Wyoming water hole. We've seen probably at least 40 pronghorn in this basin that we're in. A lot of bucks, probably over 30 bucks in here both times that we glassed down in here. We are absolutely fired up. We used the cow decoy to walk all the way down this hill. Did not see or, spook to our knowledge any pronghorn, which was an awesome success. Getting in here clean. We're fired up. This is gonna be fun. Gosh, I hope they come in. That's a nice buck. How far? There's 5 of them. They're like 200. Oh, they're walking that way. There's a really nice buck in there. Dude, they're looking like they want to drink. There's a really nice buck in there. How far left are they? Can I film or not? You're gonna be able to see them soon. Okay. I'm gonna get ready just in case. Yeah, get ready for sure. I think they just came downwind and they didn't smell us, so that's good. Oh, there they are. Dude, he's nice. He's by far bigger than up on the hill. Can I move? Yeah, you're good. Yeah, they're not looking at the blind at all. They're just looking at the water. Yeah, he's pretty nice. He's a solid. Yeah. The second to the right. Yeah, he's big as. Yeah, he's pretty good. They're kind of looking at the blind now. Does it look like they're gonna come in or just kind of? They're checking it out still, I think. Oh, dude, they're like jogging away. I don't know. That was a good buck. Yeah, I know. He was for sure shooting. Yeah, he was bigger than anything I've seen in here before. The grind has started. We've been going like 20 hours a day. There's 15 hours of shooting light plus walking in and out in the dark. I got 3.5 hours of sleep last night. We both keep trying not to fall asleep in the blind. I think we're 75 hours in, well, probably 78 hours in to this hunt right now. I've seen a ton of ghosts, it's been a blast, but I mean, it's honestly been a major mental grind, just like trying to make it happen on one of these bucks. Got a couple days left, just gotta keep on pushing and keep on waiting. extremely difficult to get with the bow. Oh, there's more of them coming.
Yeah, he's probably at 1.5, I bet.
Yeah, I think so. They don't like the blind at all.
No. We're gonna have to figure something out.
The fact that a 1.5-year-old buck wouldn't even commit
Yeah.
fully,
Yeah.
that's not a good sign.
No.
I was excited because I thought these would come in, water, and then leave, and those would be like, oh, everything's safe. It's not safe.
Yeah, that's it.
Gosh.
The rest of the day now is,
Up in the air. Oh, man. Classic.
Basically all we need is to find big goats, a lot of goats, secluded water hole that's small enough to shoot across, with good wind,
with the sun.
good sun positioning,
Heavy cover.
heavy cover,
Good access.
good access. Is that it?
I think that's it. That's 9 things. Oh, wait.
Eight things. What was the other one? I don't know. What was it? I don't know. It's time to change tactics. It just isn't working. The blind's too open. We need to brush it in. We can't do it here. There's a lot of goats, but we found some sign from another hunter that was probably here earlier in the week, and these goats are clearly very aware and spooky of this blind, so we're gonna have to try something else.
45 miles an hour.
So yes.
Slow trot for them, you know? Just everyday
That's
stroll.
only like half their speed.
Hey, like this knife ridge, he's just right over here.
I don't know if that's a knife ridge. I think that thing's 200 yards wide at the top. I wish it was a knife ridge. I need to. I want a knife ridge.
It's a knife ridge compared to other ones we've seen.
compared to here.
Oh, maybe not.
It's good. It's a good buck. Man. There are goats everywhere up here.
Pretty awesome.
Good spot.
Yeah, it is.
This whole afternoon we've been driving around looking at different water holes, looking at different spots that we picked out on the map that might be good, and found a couple good spots. There's like a ton of bucks up here, and I think we might have one narrowed down. We're gonna have to go drive back in there and check it out for sure, but things are looking really good. We've seen probably more big bucks like the ones we're after in like a mile or two stretch coming up here. Then we have probably the whole trip like 7 or 8 bucks that are, I'm guessing, over 70 inches, like the ones we're looking for. So a lot of good options, some really thick, heavy ones, older, mature bucks. Pretty pumped. Hopefully we can get the blind set up tonight and be in there tomorrow, get it done. $37, $42, $33.
Looks like a lot of tracks, dude.
Right there?
I mean, look, you can see it from here.
Yeah, 53. I like it. It's a good spot.
Yeah.
It's got a good game plan. There's a ton of tracks on this side of the water, that side, and then this side. So we think we're gonna put the blind right there below the truck. Brush it in like crazy.
It's gonna work, man.
A lot of tracks here, a lot of sign. We're pretty excited for this spot.
We're gonna be sitting in a giant sage bush tomorrow. We're really excited about this spot this morning. We're probably at least a mile from any other water anywhere around here. There's a ton of tracks all the way around this pond. I can shoot the whole thing. We're really pumped about this setup. The cover is incredible, and I think we're in a really good area. We'll see what today brings. That feels like a huge win right there. Super, super nervous though. She definitely looked at us quite a few times, but I feel really good that she's that confident to come. She's probably so nervous because she didn't have any help to look around for danger. It's just her.
Yeah, for sure.
The solo one's gonna be like a lot more on edge than if they're in a group.
Absolutely.
I believe we've just surpassed the 100 hours of hunting. We're definitely grinding. Would have been pretty tough to get dropped back, but I think I could have done it.
Yeah, I think you could have too.
She would have dropped about 10 feet.
Yeah, she would have. Billy would have been dragging in the mud.
She's like, I really just don't remember seeing that giant ball of sage there yesterday.
Yeah. Did you notice though when she was down low, she like never looked at all? I think it's because it's way harder to see down there from down below than it is
She
above,
didn't look at the blind.
than it is on the hill.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I was like shaking a little bit.
I can tell.
I was imagining a giant buck.
That's good. Get it out of your system now.
Catch and release bow hunting, we did it. Success.
You might be, yeah. Yeah, I'd say mid-60s probably.
It's great, but that's a good sign.
Yeah, that is a good sign.
I think he just doesn't know what the blind is.
Yeah, I agree.
He's just confused. Yeah. If he comes out, then shit.
He's pretty tall. Decent hooks on him. Oh, there he goes.
Not yet. He might come back. We just have to give it time.
Yeah.
Just give it time.
I bet that's how they react to the new blind a lot of times, and that's why he says put it out a week ahead of time.
Yeah. He's probably gonna pick her on this left side. Yeah, he's probably gonna steer again.
I bet he will too. They're all coming from kind of the bad way.
Can you turn that mic on?
Which one? This one?
As much as we brushed this blind in last night, it seems like it's not enough. We're still a little bit sticking out here because the grass around us is super short. If we get a chance and we sit the rest of the day, we're gonna probably brush it in even better, place some more sage around here tonight. right, here's what we're doing right now. We covered up the angles over here. We still have a window here I could see and possibly shoot through. We wanted to get a lot of this black covered up. This window's gonna be quite a bit higher. So once we get in the blind, and then over here, added a bunch here. Got a better blockage here with my shirt. And another thing, we added all these right up here because the blind is totally like out in the open. All this grass is short. So like adding all these spotted ones right around it, I think will help blend in the blind overall a little bit more. Yeah, that already looks quite a bit better. Sweet. I hope this makes a big difference. I haven't seen any goats out here right now. It's risky being out here, but I think this is gonna be worth it.
It's been very, very slow today. We're questioning ourselves at the moment. We made a move. I didn't get any video of it, but toward the end of the evening last night, we had 6 does and fawns coming in, looking like they were coming to the water, but saw the blind and kind of skirted around, and then ended up getting probably about 80 to 100 yards. Looked at the blind and just took off running the other way. The blind, for whatever reason, is just way too obvious to them, and these goats are unbelievably smart. Like, this is the biggest bow hunting challenge I've ever faced. And I've been on a lot of hunts in a lot of places, and this place is unbelievable. So we ended up driving back to where we were the first couple days, and gonna go back to spot and stalk. Although it's pretty low odds, we feel like just sitting in the water and having them spook from the blind left and right is not gonna work for us. So see what we find today. Tabs on them. Yeah. Hopefully from a lot closer and maybe make a play. We're up on a high point right now, and we saw a couple different groups of goats, but one of them is in a really good position. It's a buck, a doe, and 2 fawns. Where they're at right now is right on the edge of like a rocky ridge. It would be absolutely perfect, probably a pretty close shot if we were there right now, but I think we're just gonna loop over there, walk about half a mile back, and get on top of that ridge. They're kind of working their way a little bit down, but they're probably gonna bed down soon. So at least if we get up to that top where they're at now, then we should be able to see them and just keep tabs on them and hopefully make a play if they're in a good position.
We just saw a nice buck pop over this hill. The wind is perfect coming out. We've got good terrain to work with. I see it. I think he's coming this way. Okay. Is that not typical? He's at 132 right now. Gotcha. We'll just be patient. He might feed around and come past or something. We're in a good spot. He has absolutely no idea we're here. That water's probably so killer. I know. I bet a bunch of them drink there. Dude, there's 3 does to the left of us at like 60. At 60? There's 5 does to the left at like There's a buck to the left, dude. There's a buck at like 80.
Okay.
The curly. It's curly. Like 80. On the hill.
Dude, do you want to try to shoot him?
I can't right where he's at. He has to come down. I will though if he gives me a shot.
He's running off that boat.
He's broadside, but he's on the hill.
Range him.
I can't. He's coming to see me.
Okay. He just crossed the road.
Okay. I'm gonna try to shoot curly if he gives me a shot.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
He's slowly angling this way, dude. I think he's gonna come down the hill. I think I'm gonna get a shot at it. He's coming down, dude. Here it comes. Here it comes. He's coming this way, dude. Here he comes. Here he comes. He's gonna come in. He's gonna come in. Here he comes, dude.
Curly was at 79 yards, rubbing a sagebrush, quartering to me, and never came any closer. After he went back over the hill toward his does and disappeared, we looked for miles, but never saw him again. Since we saw many antelope hitting the water source that the non-typical buck just hit, we decided to sneak in and set up on the water. There wasn't as much cover as we thought, but still, it was a risk worth taking.
That's awesome.
They're not supposed to come from that way.
They're not supposed to come from that way. They flat outsmarted us that time.
It's alright. Wasn't the big one.
I love getting schooled by 1.5 bucks. Excellent. We've got a buck. He's heading away from us. Seems to be pretty distracted. Try to sprint in front of him. There he is. There he is. Does he see us? He's facing that way. Still feeding. We're in really good shape. He's feeding right there.
Sweet.
He's pretty distracted eating.
102.
102.
Dang.
There's a bunch of does over here.
I see him.
101.
101. How far?
97.
97.
That was so close.
I know.
97. Like, we had perfect cover and everything.
Yeah.
He was so distracted eating all the grass. Okay, we just be a little closer.
I know. I think they'll still be here kind of tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
like in this.
those are the ones we saw this morning.
Yeah, I bet they were too.
Yeah, they'll be close. So maybe we have another chance tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah. I can't can't believe how bad the mosquitoes are down here.
Unbelievable. As we were leaving our campsite, we spotted a big buck that we were chasing late last night and 5 does just right over here. We kind of spooked him a little bit with the truck, but we looped around to the backside. We're gonna try to get in front of him. There he is, on that hillside. He's on the top of this hillside right here.
He's kind of chasing them over the hill.
Yeah, they're down. How far down is it? 300. They just worked down pretty fast. Yeah. We're still after this same buck. It's been about 6 hours since we stalked him this morning. He's walked 3 miles. And we're in a pretty good position now. He's just moving a lot today. He's alone now. He left those does early this morning. He's still alone. He just bedded down in a pretty good spot, so wind should be good. Hill isn't very big. It's pretty open, but we'll see what we can do. We made a loop around. The buck is bedded just on the other side of this hill.
I think he's about 90 to 100. You may have to just stay here. Let's see if I can get up to that next big sage.
As we lay here, staring at the top of the buck's horns, only 90 yards away, but bedded facing the other direction, waiting for him to stand and make a move, we feel the 10 days of hiking, short nights, lack of sleep, exhaustion, dehydration, and utter defeat. But this is the opportunity we worked so hard for. The cover's limited, but it's just enough to hide us. Our necks are tired, backs are sore, and it's hot. But after 3 hours, the buck stands and makes a move, heading in our direction. The shot felt perfect, and the arrow zipped right through. As the buck ran full speed to the top of the hill, a carpet of red trailed him on the sagebrush. I'm excited, just waiting for the buck we've worked so hard for to fall over.
We're gonna go over there and get another arrow in him if he goes over.
think you hit him pretty decent.
It's just high. I think I might have got that artery and maybe one lung.
Yeah.
It just ducked and it's high, but
Yeah.
it's just the way it goes.
How far was it?
I ranged him at 48, 49, and then I took some more steps, so I held 50. Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Maybe I held a touch too high, too. I'm not sure, but it was bleeding a lot.
Did you see him once he came over this hill?
Yeah.
Down here you did?
Yeah. Yeah, I watched him do a loop all the way, and then I watched him until he disappeared just a little bit ago.
Yeah, that's the same. I saw him go over the hill, but then I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I watched him. He was going to try to get another shot, but he was like 130. I have a pin for it. I'm going to try to get another arrow.
Yeah.
I think he's hit bad enough that he's going to die. I hope he beds down or something.
Yeah.
I thought the way he was running at first, he was going to fall after 50 yards.
Yeah.
It's just too high.
Yeah.
It's great, but just a little more. I'm guessing he's somewhere right in here.
Yeah.
There he is.
buck and a few does stood just below us, broadside, within my effective range. The wind was too strong and the buck would not stop moving, making it impossible to get another shot. With how tall the sagebrush is in this country, we knew we had to keep eyes on the buck. Otherwise, he might bed down, fall over, and disappear completely, making it impossible to ever recover him. The antelope kept moving, and we kept trailing. Brandon and I split up to double our odds of keeping track of the buck.
Tracking this buck still. He's gone 2 miles or so now. They're so tough. The hit doesn't look too bad. It's just a little high, but they're so tough still.
Over 2 miles after the initial hit, I finally got back within range and took a shot, but he ducked, and the arrow sailed right over his back. The buck continued to move, got mixed in with other antelope, and was difficult to find in the rolling terrain and tall sage. As we trailed the antelope, we ran into multiple beautiful mule deer bucks. Although these were a sight to see, they made it even more challenging, as they were difficult not to spook and cause even more of a reason for the antelope buck to stay on his feet. Throughout the track job, there was about a 2-hour period we completely lost the antelope buck. We had no idea where he went. Did he turn around? Did he keep going? Did he take off running? We didn't know. I checked fence crossings, looking for blood, hair, or any other sign that the buck had been there. I hiked miles and miles, and so did Brandon. We turned over every leaf that we possibly could, looking for this buck. Did he fall? Is he hiding somewhere? Did he run off? Where did he go? We don't know. We searched every possible place in the direction where he was last headed. We couldn't find him. So we thought maybe he turned around. We went back in the area where I originally shot the buck, and there he was, up on the hillside, about a half a mile away, not far from the initial hit and over 4 miles from where that took place. He was still on his feet and still moving. It's been around 5 or 6 hours now, and somehow the buck is still alive. We absolutely cannot believe it, but yet it's true. I kept my binos on the buck as if my life depended on it, but then the unexpected happened. We were hunting near a train track, and as I watched the buck through my glass, he looked to his left, so I did too. Here comes a train in his direction. The buck put his head down, took off running, and ran across the railroad tracks, not far right in front of the train, almost as if he did it on purpose to escape from the predator. As the train passed over, the buck disappeared from my sight behind the train, never to be seen again.
It's the next day now. We ended up tracking that buck 4 miles, saw him cross 2 fences, and this morning we found blood where the fence crossing was. After that, he disappeared, and we have no idea where he went. We made a big loop back in here. We've been glassing for a couple hours now, hiking around, and I just have no idea where he went. I mean, there's a lot of private land over here that's behind us, probably where he went, and I think I don't know, he could be still alive, he might be dead by now, but either way, he's not gonna make it, so I'm gonna punch my tag on him, even though we didn't find him, and man, it's a bummer.
It is a bummer.
The thought of that buck never left my mind. I care about these animals so much, and I absolutely love pronghorn antelope hunting. Almost a month later, I was back out west filming Josh's elk hunt. He tagged out quickly, and that gave me another opportunity to go back to the area and search again for this antelope buck. It had been so long, at this point, I was really only searching for a carcass. The hunt was well over, but closure had not yet come. I had not stopped thinking about this antelope buck, the track job, and how he completely disappeared almost a month ago. I went back to the area solo, looking for this buck, tracking over 16 miles total on foot, searching high and low, glassing everywhere I could, trying to bring closure to this hunt. I saw many other nice antelope bucks, but I never found the buck that I hit.
So
Sad into a good hunt.
sad into a good hunt, but unfortunately that's how bowhunting goes. It's a game of inches, and I was just about 2 inches high on that arrow, and just wasn't good enough. But regardless of that, it's been an amazing trip. We've seen well over 1,000 antelope, probably 300 elk or so.
Yeah, for sure.
A couple big mule deer. Just been a great time out here. Over 9 days in the backcountry, just exploring this land that we've never really been to before. It was a fun time. Unfortunately, coming home without an antelope in the back of the truck, but you know, that's just how it goes with bow hunting sometimes, and we had a great time. First hunt together, I thought it went awesome. I thought it was a blast.
Yeah, it was a blast. One of my best Western hunts for sure.
Yeah,
So.
likewise. So, well, on to the next adventure. We've got a lot of fall ahead of us, and it's gonna be a good one.
Yep.
All right, deer season up next.